happens when a pilot cares more about his perfect record than 187 lives? I'm a flight attendant, serving drinks in first class on my first solo shift, and I'm already nervous because the senior flight attendant is watching me like she's waiting for me to mess up. When I notice this weird vibration that makes the cartwheels rattle in a way they definitely didn't teach us about in training, I walk to the cockpit and knock really soft, because I'm new and don't want to bother anyone, but also because my hands are shaking a little. The co-pilot opens the door and I mention the vibration. The captain hears me and cuts me off, saying, "Sweetheart, I've been flying for 20 years without a single delay. That's just normal turbulence." The way he says sweetheart makes me feel about 2 inches tall, and the co-pilot's face does this thing where he wants to say something but doesn't. But then the captain adds, "This is why we don't hire straight out of training. Stick to serving peanuts." And my face burns red as I back away, feeling like maybe I should have just stayed in college. I return to the cabin where the senior flight attendant sees my expression and says, "Don't take it personally, Captain Bartlett is retiring next month with a perfect record. He's never had a delay or emergency landing in 20 years. Like that's supposed to make me feel better about being treated like an idiot when I know something's wrong." 30 minutes later, the vibration gets worse. The businessman in 24A says his water bottle is literally dancing on his tray table. I want to tell him that's normal, because I'm supposed to keep everyone calm, but I can't. The senior flight attendant checks it out, and her face changes from annoyed at the new girl to "oh shit." She whispers, "That's not normal." So we both go to the cockpit together, but Captain Bartlett won't even open the door, only speaking through the intercom. We're not turning back because of some nervous passengers. I've done over 500 flights to JFK. I know this route. The senior flight attendant whispers to me, he's never had an emergency landing. It's like his whole identity. His entire retirement party is planned around this perfect record thing. They already ordered a cake shaped like an airplane. However, that's when the smell starts, like burning rubber mixed with metal. The mother with the baby in 12B keeps asking what that smell is, and her baby won't stop crying. Other passengers are covering their noses, and I'm getting scared. I try the cockpit again, knocking harder this time. Captain Bartlett yells through the door, "One more interruption and you're both fired when we land." Passengers are starting to film everything on their phones, and this teenager actually says, "Are we gonna die?" His mom slaps his arm, but she looks scared too. The man in 14C stands up and says, "Maybe I can help." He walks over and says quietly, "I'm Captain Morrison from United. My wife and I were supposed to be on our honeymoon, but I'm hearing bearing failure. We need to act now." He tries the cockpit door but gets refused, and I can see sweat on his forehead, which makes my whole body go cold, because if a pilot is sweating, we're in trouble. Suddenly there's this loud bang from the right side of the plane that makes everyone scream, including me. The plane shudders so hard my drink carts flip over, and through the window I see orange light flickering. Next thing I know, someone screams, "The engine's on fire!" And people are crying and praying, and the teenager from before is filming everything saying, "Holy shit," over and over. Captain Morrison shouts, "That's engine failure. We need to descend now." And we're all now pounding on the cockpit door, and I'm hitting it so hard my hands hurt. However, the co-pilot finally opens it, and his face is white like paper. Behind him, Captain Bartlett is frozen, staring at all these flashing red lights saying, "My perfect record for over 20 years, gone." He kept saying it over and over like he was a broken man. Captain Morrison pushes past, all of us working together to move Bartlett out of the way. Captain Morrison yells, "You've been flying with an overheating engine for 45 minutes?" And he says it so loudly that everyone in first class hears. This random woman starts sobbing, and Morrison is taking control with the co-pilot. He grabs the intercom. "This is Captain Morrison, off-duty United Airlines. We're making emergency descent, brace positions." The senior flight attendant starts screaming, "Brace, brace, brace." Through the cockpit door, I see the altimeter, and we've already lost 8,000 feet without anyone telling us we were falling. Then I realize we've been slowly crashing this whole time while Bartlett worried about his stupid record. Captain Morrison and the co-pilot land us at the nearest airport with fire trucks everywhere, spraying foam before we even stop moving.